And now let's bring in Murman Margvelashvili, who is a director of the think tank, A World Experience for Georgia. He joins me now live from the Georgian capital. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. So certainly over the last 1 week or so, we have seen thousands of people take to the streets in protest against the passing of this law. Now that it has been passed, what do you think the future holds for the parliament that approved it and also the president, which is vowing to veto this law? So what do you think the future holds?
First of all, the protests have been here in the streets for about 3 weeks, and it was not thousands of people, but tens of thousands of people, above 100,000 people, which was completely unprecedented for over Georgia's history that I remember. After adoption of the law, the procedure is that the president has the right of vetoing, but unfortunately the parliament, which has the constitutional majority of one party, the Georgian Dream, has the possibility to overturn the veto. So what we're expecting now is to have this veto by the president, which will be overturned by the majority in the parliament, and it will be passed into the law. So that's most likely development which will happen. But the hope is that we are facing the elections. We have elections on October 26th, and in case Georgian Dream loses elections and loses its majority in the parliament, that is the only hope that we can see for now.
Right. So as I understand, what's happening in terms of political dynamics within the country is that you have a president which basically does not want this law to go into effect. Then you have a parliament which is actively trying to make it law. And I wonder whether or not this division between these two political forces is perhaps going to lead Georgia into a much larger sort of political turmoil. Is that likely?
I wouldn't say that it is likely, because presidential institute is only remaining independent institute. All branches, including judiciary, parliament, government, they are controlled by Georgian Dream. So forces are not equal in any way. Opposition is also pretty weak, and it needs to be consolidated somehow in order to withstand the pressure from the Georgian Dream that we expect to be continued and even strengthened now. Therefore, the president's role here can be mostly like symbolic, moral support, and helping in consolidation.
Right. Now, just very quickly before I let you go, now one of the reasons why people are out on the streets is because they're concerned that this new law could possibly hamper Georgia's chances of becoming part of the European Union. How likely do you think is it for such a thing to happen?
Well, actually, it has been announced many times by high European officials from Brussels that the adoption of this law is not consistent with Georgia's aspirations of European membership. So all people know about it. And actually, what people are fighting for now, it is the perspective to maintain the perspective of membership in European Union.
Murman Margvelashvili, thanks very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time, sir.